The first figure is a rectangle, which happens to be a two-dimensional figure. And this happens to be a brick, which happens to be a three-dimensional figure. So in the first figure, it is called as a two-dimensional Y because it will have only two dimension, which is the x-axis and the y-axis. Whereas the brick, which is a three-dimensional figure, will have three axes, which is the x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. And that's the reason why it's a three-dimensional figure, which we are able to feel it as three dimensions. The hut is a three-dimensional figure. You can see the house from the top, from the front, from the side and from the top. So what are the various views? If you see the house from the top, then it would look like this. Why? Because you are seeing it from the top. If you see the house which originally looks like this, you look at from the side and the side view looks like this, where you are able to see the window. So the views, it will have a front view, it will have a side view, it will have a top view. Okay, let us understand what are faces, vertices and edges in a three-dimensional figure. Now this is a three-dimensional figure where we have faces, vertices and edges. Now let's look at vertices. Example, A or B or C and so on. So we get to know what are vertices here. Edges are sides. So for example, BC is an edge. Can you call GH as an edge? Yes, GH is an edge. Can I call AF as an edge? AF is also an edge. GH is also an edge. These sides, any side, you can name it. We can also have DG. This is also an edge. So we now understand what are edges. So how many edges will the figure have here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, top on the 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the vertical ones 9, 10, 11 and 12. So how many edges does it have? 12 edges. How many vertices does it have? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So how many vertices are there? 8. Let's talk about faces. Face is a plane surface. Is AB a plane surface? No, it's an edge. Is A a plane surface? No, it's a vertex. Then what's a plane surface? A, B, C, D. It's a plane surface. If you tilt the cube, can the cube rest on that? Yes. Which is another face? C, B, E, H. Yes. Can I say D, G, F, A? How many such faces will you have here? If we count, so it should have 6 faces.